We have returned to the wood yard once again, and I'm going to throw on another 1/3 of a cord, a face cord, a Ricka row, a run, truckload of mixed hardwood. I'm going to pull up to the bin here, and we're going to put this on, but it's not going to be delivered till tomorrow morning. I just put in the wheelbarrow in my cart because this is going to the restaurant. It's going to be delivered tomorrow morning first thing, so I want to get it loaded up so in the morning I can just go. I don't have to come here and load it up, which would be good. There's a chance we're going to get some rain tonight. So what I'm going to do when I load it up, I'll probably park this in my garage tonight, this load. Keeps it dry, and I do that quite often for people when I know I'm going to be putting it into their garage. It's supposed to rain a bunch tonight, and the wood would either get wet sitting out here in a bin, and I have to load wet wood and then deliver wet wood, take it in wet, and then he's got to dry it. Or even if it's in the trailer, it would get rained on. So I want to keep it dry as possible, especially in this situation. Most people, it wouldn't be an issue because I would be dumping it on a driveway or on the side of a driveway, alongside of a garage, you know, that kind of a thing where they're just going to stack it outside anyway. But this, because I know it's going to a customer, I'm going to try to keep it dry. So when we take it into his establishment, it's pretty. That's what we want to do, pretty wood. So we're going to load her up right now. So there it is, the load is on. The sun came out and it got hot. I'm sweating like a hooker at a confessional. So I loaded this wood. There is 1/3 of a cord, a little bit more than that in here. This is going to my restaurant that I deliver to about every 2 weeks. And I'm gonna be gone for a while. So I called him and said, hey, I'm gonna be gone. How are you doing on wood? He says, well, I got about half a supply left. I said, well, you're gonna need some while I'm gone because I'm gonna be gone for like 10 days. And so I told him, I said, would you like me to bring some? He says, yeah, I'll bring a half a load. So now when it comes to the delivery, I charge for mileage. This is a $45 fee to deliver it because of the distance. And then the wood is $120 for the actual wood for a 1/3 of a cord, plus the 45, so it's $165. Normally he would get 2, it would be heaping. There would be 2 face cords in here. And it's the same fee whether I deliver 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, because I can put up to 5 in my big trailer. And then after that I have to make multiple trips. So the delivery fee is the same for one trip, for any trip, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's the same. And if somebody wants a lot of wood, where I say I'm delivering 20 miles away from here, my fee normally would be like 25, 30 bucks, just depending. And they want somewhere between 3 and 4 loads, big loads. I give them a price break because they're buying volume. So I would charge them full price for the wood. I would just discount the deliveries. I had one guy in particular, he was about 16 miles away, and I said, well, I'm gonna have to charge you a little bit for delivery. He said, well, I'm looking to get, I think if I remember right, it was about 2 years ago, he bought, it was either 4 or 5 full cords. And I said, well, if you're gonna order that much, I said, I'll just charge you one fee. I'll just charge you the 20 bucks. And I ran back and forth. I think I did 3 deliveries because I put that much in the trailer. I had it really full. So I tried to condense the deliveries down. I really packed it in. So I have done that, but the wood is the price of the wood is the price of the wood. That's what I'm gonna charge for it regardless. Unless it's a special situation like the boiler wood that I did not too long ago, where I was cutting it, splitting it right into the trailer, and then I took it and delivered it and I never touched it. That I did a price discount on. I took about 20% off because I never had to handle it. And she was happy, I was happy, everybody was happy. So while I was doing this again, I found a bunch of different kinds of wood. Primarily what is in here is I saw a lot of ash and a lot of elm. Those were the 2 that I saw the most of, ash and elm. But I also did see some box elder. There was some cherry in here, some apple wood. What else? Maple. There was some maple in here. Quite a bit of maple I saw too. So kind of a mix of stuff. I'm going to give you a little wood ID lesson right now. So what we have here, these 3 pieces are all ash. So here is ash with the bark. You can see what the bark looks like. And on the inside it has this kind of a look. It's similar to kind of like white oak almost in the color and the grain structure. So that is ash with the bark on it. Here's a piece of ash without bark that's weathered. You see how gray it turned? But if you look on the inside, the grain is still the same. And I can see here because of the color of it, and I know that this is ash. So again, those are both ash, which kind of hard to tell. This is a real good indicator of the emerald ash borer. So there's ash on the inside. And if you see all these lines, that's from the bugs eating away the cambium layer where they tunnel in and they eat all the the cambium layer, and that's what kills the tree because it takes all the nutrients from the growing of the tree. So those are all ash. The next example we have here is, oh, this is also ash. There's a piece of ash that's not weathered, so you can see what happens when it weathers. It turns very gray, which happens to a lot of wood, as you can see here. So all those were ash. The next is elm. I'm going to show you the difference between the elm, let's get this, the elm and the ash as far as what the bugs do. So here, if you look at this pattern right here, you'll see these little lines, and it'd be like a main tunnel, and then there's like wings coming off. It almost looks like some type of a bug or some type of a beetle itself, just in the tracks that it makes. But you'll see all these lines in here. That is something that kills the ash trees. And I'm not sure if it kills them or if this is something that happens after the tree is dying, but that'll happen. You'll see that where it looks like that. And then the inside, the bark, here's what it looks like, is elm bark. And then you can see the inside, the stringiness of it. So very stringy wood, you get a lot of this stuff. I call it Satan wood because it's so hard to split, but that is elm. So there's your little pieces of elm. The next one, this orangish colored stuff, beautiful wood, my favorite, cherry. There was just a few of pieces of cherry in there, very, very distinct. The next one is box elder. And box elder is basically a member of the maple family. So it's real similar to soft maple as far as the BTUs. It's not a great wood, but it's not terrible. It's middle range, but for campfires and for just cooking over, it works fantastic. I asked the guy that I deliver to what kind of wood he prefers as far as this stuff. He said, I prefer dry wood that burns, just no pine. So there you go. So there's box elder on the outside. This is from a limb wood, obviously. Here's what it looks like once the bark comes off, and there's the inside. You'll see this distinct pink line. Quite often in box elder, there'll be this pink, and sometimes it can be very beautiful on bigger chunks. So that is box elder. The next one right here is a piece of apple wood. You can see by the bark, and then the inside, very, very tight grained, very heavy, dense wood. That is apple wood from an apple fruit tree. Now this next one came from an apple tree, but it's from a thorn apple, and I know that because of the bark texture I can see here, and that's what the inside looks like, more of an orangish color than, I guess this is kind of orange too on this apple, but more orange so on the thorn apple. Very good, heavy, dense firewood, excellent stuff. Doesn't grow real big, but it's good stuff. The next stuff is soft maple, silver maple. You can see by the shimmeringness of it, and then there's the bark, and then here's another one, a little different bark. And you can see the color of it. So there's the maple. So those are the kinds of wood that are in here. So here's the scoop. The load you just saw me put on for me was 2 days ago. I was supposed to deliver this load yesterday, but it started raining in the morning, and the people I was going to deliver to had some issues at their house and said, hey, can you not deliver it today? I said, not a problem. I can deliver it today. So that was 2 days ago for me. So yesterday it rained and I worked in my other business all day. Where I'm at right now, and I left the trailer here, so I just came back, hooked it up this morning, and I'm on my way. We're gonna go do a delivery, and then I got 2 more deliveries to do over the next 2 days. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna deliver this one, I'm gonna go back to the wood yard. We're gonna load up the trailer again, because tomorrow morning, first thing, I gotta go do a delivery to the restaurant, and then after that I got another delivery to do. So it's gonna be a good weekend. We got some Benjamins coming home, so down the road we go. So here's all the wood. We filled the rack. There was some in there, and then we put the rest of it over here. And then I put up on top here some cherry. Right here, there's cherry, and then right here some apple wood. So everything from here down is apple wood. And I did that because T here does some smoking of meat, so he appreciates the cherry. I brought him some cherry in the past, so there he goes. He's got some smoking wood now.